It was a dark, stormy night. A man came in wanting to post the news, let the people know that they will not be silenced, nor censored by their government. No, not in this world. Not where Lush can solve those problems. This world is corrupt, bought. But I'm here to have my first shot with the Westport Independent. What is up, everyone? It's me and Gamerlush, and this is my first shot with the Westport Independent, as I said, and as the game is saying on the newspaper right there. You're probably wondering, Lush, what the hell is this? If you follow my channel way back, I played a game called Papers, Please. It was a kind of a bureaucratical game where you played as a border patrolman in a, repressed country that had to watch out for terrorists and post-war propaganda and all that what have you. Kind of the same premise, but instead you're a newspaper editor, from what I've heard of this game. And I haven't heard so much from this game from like the big channels, so I wanted to give it a cover. Even though I'm not big, I just wanted to cover. I like covering games that are interesting and fun to play. So without further ado, raise my glass, guys. Come on, take the first shot with me with the Westport Independent. Cheers. Oops. Okay, so I played a little bit of this already. We're gonna go ahead and let's see here. What? Oops. Okay, sorry, guys. Your game will be saved automatically between each week. This is a work of fiction. Names, characters, groups, businesses, places, events, and incidences are either a product of the author's imagination or use of fictional matter. Any resemblance to the actual persons living or dead or actual events or groups of places are purely coincidental. I like how you actually can click that so they give you time to frickin' read it.
The following is an instructional film about the Public Culture Bill for all independent newspapers in Westport. Throughout this film, we will answer various questions you may have regarding both preparations for the bill and the bill itself. What is the Public Culture Bill? The Public Culture Bill is a new bill that will come into force May 16, 1949, and has been created to improve the quality of independent media outlets. The bill contains certain guidelines for independent media outlets to follow that will make it easier to create media products of utmost quality. In order to make sure that everyone follows these guidelines, the bill will create a government-driven union called the Loyalist News and Media Association that will be mandatory for independent media outlets to join. What's your responsibility until the bill comes into force?
Right.
Introducing a new bill takes time. Therefore, until the Loyalist News and Media Association is properly set up and the bill has come into force, the Loyalist government has created temporary guidelines for you to follow. Do not print deceitful content that may harm the appearance of our country. Do not print deceitful content that may harm the appearance of the Loyalist government. Do not print deceitful content that may harm the appearance of the president. And do not print deceitful content that may glorify the acts of rebels or other criminals. Do print content that strengthens loyalty towards the government. Do print content that inspires morality in the public. And finally, do print content that heartens propriety in our society.
I see.
The Loyalist government expects your cooperation in this matter and hopes you understand the consequences of disobedience and or affiliation with disloyal members of the public.
Oh, right.
How do I remove improper content from my paper? First, drag an article to your desk.
Right.
Second, read through the articles and look for fallacies.
Okay.
Third, cross over paragraphs that do not fit with the government guidelines. Fourth, give your article to a journalist so that they can transcribe it. Make sure that you only give them an article you have fully edited, as mistakes can be quite devastating. That is all for this instructional film. Remember that the guidelines presented during this film are for media outlets in Westport only, and is not to be shared with the public.
Uh-huh. Okay, that's, took my notes down. You probably can't see that. Shoot. Whatever. Well, it just says, fuck that shit. I shall print what I want. Alright, so they basically gave me a rundown. Okay. You've got mail. Oh, okay, yeah, so the user interface is really identical to... Whoa, papers, please. Okay, so... Dear Editor, Phil has been putting up more loyalist propaganda in the office. You know I can't stand this shit, so I decided to pull it down. It should be on your desk together with his notes, Frank. Alright, so... Okay, so we have Julie, Phil, Frank, and Annie. So, dear editor, Phil, so Frank has a problem with Phil. Loyalist supporter, lives in the West District, lives with a disabled brother, went to private college. Julie is known for having doubtful opinions of the government, went to community college, worked abroad with freelance writers. Frank lives alone. No college education, he lives in the Eastern factories. Opposes the loyalists before they come into power. Parent lives with the Eastern factories. Married, went to community college. His comfort is high. Well-being. No, his comfort is medium. All their comforts are medium. Julie's more of a rebel. Phil is more of a loyalist. Frank is more of a rebel. And Anne's more of a loyalist. So I kind of have two rebels and two loyalists. Let's see here. No one trusts Julie. No one trusts... No, trusted. No, Julie's trusted. Phil's trusted. Frank's a little suspicious. And they trust Anne. I think that's what that's saying. Alright, so... It looks like these are going to be our columns we can put up. So, colored article. Censoring. One of the game's main mechanics is censoring the articles. You do this by clicking the paragraphs and seem inappropriate. When censored, that content won't be shown to the public and will affect either the opinion nor the government's suspicion of you. You can also change the headline by clicking on it. Different headlines can change the portrayal of the article. I see. So we'll give the censoring, I guess, to Phil because he... No, to Frank. Oh, wait. Oh, let's see here. Sorry, guys, still getting over my cold. When you're censoring an article, it needs to be transcribed. To do this, put it on one of the names of the folders in the bottom right. The employees all have different opinions and they will discuss how you run your paper. They also have their lives to protect, so don't blame them if they don't wish to do the following, wish to follow you into death. This part is about your employee. Oh, so I can switch that. Okay, so I guess give these to the rebels. Let's see here. Loyalist government pursues harsher actions against suspected rebels. Loyalist government attacks the privacy of civilians. Oh, okay. One side will make it more propaganda-y, or one side will make it sound more loyalist. So, I got two rebels ones here. Let me see here. Welcome to the extraordinary and amazing soon-to-be game of the year. There we go. New reforms have passed that will hasten the arrest of rebel supporters. The reform consists of expectations in various privacy laws allowing police to expedite search warrants. Most of these expectations apply to ex-criminals with relations to rebels. However, some explanation also applies to civilians who are expecting disloyal opinions against the government. I'm not going to censor any of this. Here, Phil, you take that. Public culture bill has been passed. New bill has been passed. Forces independent media outlets to shut down. Let's see here. We'll change it to that. We don't want the government to be on us like right at the beginning of the game. The public culture bill that the government presents last year has today been passed. The purpose of the new bill is to stop the creation and distribution of incorrect and improper content. It will force independent media outlets to either shut down or join new government-funded unions called the Loyalist Government News. So I'll give it to the last person here. Alright, send this to the presses! You know, we've never been a big fan of the Loyalist government, but the public culture bill is even worse than I expected. Don't blame it on the government. Blame it on the yellow journalism and the blatant lies that some newspapers post these days. There's nothing good about the misinformed public. Yeah, sure. But if you don't realize how much power the government will have over the media with this. I agree with Frank on this one. I can't see how the public culture bill would be benefit for anyone but the government. Well, media outlets like ourselves have scary amounts of power over people's opinions. On the other hand, I don't think that giving that power to the government is a great idea either. Alright, so we got very popular for the southern docks, not so popular for the northern suburbs. So what I'm thinking, and of the effects of the game, this will pretty much tell me that this is probably the richer neighborhood, the upper middle class, lower class, and just impoverished working class southern docks, because this is pretty all busted up. Same with this one. Actually, this is probably the upper class, and this is probably just the lower class. There's no such thing as the middle class here in America. Alright, see here. Okay, yeah, popularity went up, opinions. Still, okay, government, rebels. Alright, so pretty much self-explanatory. Yep, it sells last week. Yeah, it represents the people of that district. The light bar illustrates how many of those papers were sold. The more you sell, the more popular you get. The more popular you get, the more papers you can distribute. People's opinions will affect the sales as well. Likewise, will sell papers, so it affects people's opinion. All right. People's political opinions: loyalists +1 to rebels. Loyalist suspicion of you +1. Your people's total popularity. All right. You got mail. There is nothing more heartbreaking than the misguided public. In the world controlled by the media, the loyalist government will stop at nothing to protect the people of the frivolous lies and irresponsible gossip. People's culture bill is your protection. Loyalty, morality, prosperity. The Loyalist Party of Westport, 1949. 9! Second disc in that articles. Let's see what we got here. Oh, we got more than 4. So we got to pick ones that we do not want to put in the newspaper. Well, cheers to our first newspaper, guys. New health studies show benefits of tobacco. What? New health studies show benefits of tobacco. New studies show smoking kills. According to the recent studies, cigarettes might have many interesting effects on the human body. In the studies, the subjects have displayed a larger tolerance to stress as well as lower blood pressure. Other effects include shortness of breath and possible risk of cancer. Look at the other ones. Right in the South Docks. Rioters assault police officer in the southern docks. Ooh. Yesterday, a small riot erupted in the southern docks. The mob smashed windows, set fires to the trash cans. Police tried to intervene, but were quickly overpowered by the rioters. The riot ended up after backup arrived and 8 people were arrested. New president's statue planned for central Westport. Today, the government announced a new statue for the president for Liberty Square in the South Central Port. Estimated cost statue is $3 million. Whoa! It's a beautiful symbol of strength and utility. Claims of official overseeing and its construction. All right. President speaks at a veteran gathering. President shows unparalleled compassion in speech to veterans. The president gives a speech at the Military Veterans of Westport annual conference this last week. As I stated before you today, I wish to thank you for your services, the president began. At the end of his speech, the president also spoke of lost comrades. Do not cry for your comrades, for their sacrifice has saved our beautiful country. Okay, we're going to put this as a fluff piece. Multiple industry giants suspected of having connections to violent gangs. The Vile Rags, underground puppet masters of Westport industry. What? Recent information from the anonymous sources implies several Westport major businesses infiltrating with the Vile Rag. As the city's most infamous criminal gang, the Vile Rag suspected of involuntary involvement in over 100 crimes last year alone. Among the suspect companies is Romville, which has owned several businesses throughout Westport. Man attacks police officer. Man defends teenager. Police officer pressed charges. What? One teenager was caught writing rebel messages on the wall close to Liberty Square. Police officers witnessed the act, intervened by tackling a teenager. The arrested was interrupted by a passerby who pulled the officer away from the teenager. Both the man and the teenager were arrested, and the officer's parents arrived on the scene. Government burned books in the library square. Government prevents the spreading of rebel propaganda. Yesterday, Liberal Square lit up as police officers started burning books. The event was a result of months of collecting books of various liberties and stories. The collected books were works of supporting anti-government sentiment. Some protesters arrived at the scene, but were easily held back by the police. Uh-oh. So we gotta kind of meet a middle ground and kind of... I guess we would start off a little bit easier so we don't get the government on us too much, and then we just start hitting them hard at the end. So they can't do anything until the law passes, so there's nothing really we can do anyway. So let's do the president speaks about veterans. Shows unparalleled compassion. We'll do that. We'll fluff it up a bit. Let's see here. We'll go to the fill. Alright. Man defends teenager. Police officer press charges. Let's see here. Let's do this one. Alright, Frank wants to do this one. We'll go ahead. Spreading of rebel propaganda. There we go. Frank will do that one. Multiple industry giants suspect of having connections with violent gangs. Let's see here. Let's do the health study. This is kind of a neutral one. Unless the government was controlled by lobbyists, which they are, but... Let's see. We'll give this one to Julie. And... we'll do the right in the South Docks. Alright. Wait. Health shows benefits of tobacco. Hold on, wait a minute. No, health shows smoking kills. There you go. All right. To the printing press. The president of ours is a real fine man, isn't he? That president of ours is really a fine man. You're being sarcastic, right? No, why would I be? He's a good man, through and through. Why else would he be paid the respect of our elders like he did earlier this week? You mean the elders? You mean the... let's see. Yeah, you mean the elders who spent their youth killing everyone who wasn't us? Yeah, that's... They seem like folks you should pay respect to. Okay, this seems like they fucked up right here. I think this would have been opinion of Frank, so there is a bug there. Oh, come on. It was a war, and it's not like people didn't die on our side. Also, the Loyalist Party had nothing to do with that war, so why would you attack the president for that? Frank and Phil are not going to get along with each other. Let's see here. So it seemed to got popularity in the west suburbs, not so much in the west district. Got some popularity here in the eastern factories, and not so much in the south. So we got an equal, pretty much divided between the two social classes, or 4 social classes here, pretty much. Okay, so we lost a lot of trust with the government. I'm pretty sure we don't want to get all the way to this side. Your people's total popularity went down. Wow. Let's see here. +6 to Loyalist. Okay, got mail. Dear editor, as you are probably aware by now, we are finally able to stop notorious Northern Herald from spreading their lies. And to the public, we are also forced to shut down their affiliated marketing agency. As it so happens, your paper, the West Independent Port, used the same agency. This means that from now on, you have to take care of your advertising yourself. Additionally, because of your affiliation with the proprietors, we are keeping a close eye on you for the time being. The loyal party of Westport. What's this? Dear Loyalist Lapdog, your petty kissing of the president's backside last week will not be taken lightly. Get your tongue back in your mouth or I'll be promptly removed. Don't fuck with us, as it will be the last thing you do. Best regards, your friendly neighborhood, your friendly rebel neighborhood. Neighbor, there, Spider-Man. Oh my god, we just got threatened by Spider-Man. Oh my god. We just received 2 threats from the rebels and the government. Oh shit. Let's see here. So we're either gonna get shut down by the government or killed by rebels. Oh my god. I need a stiff drink. Cheers. Ugh, it's hard being a news editor. Alright, let's see here. Westport contracts accused of botch of construct work. Burglar apprehended in North District. New Loyalist reviews for government employees. New cafe pays homage to movie star. Fast food chain plans to make it into Westport. Police cars set on fire in Southern Docks. The North Herald shuts down its doors. Let's do that one. They have to know. They have to know. Today, after almost a century of publication, the popular magazine, the Northern Herald, released its final issue. Suddenly, dismantlement was due to violations of guidelines set up by the preparation of the Public Culture Bill. Ooh, the paper's marketers, which is responsive to advertising several of Westport's other independent newspapers, was also shut down. The Public Culture Bill claims the first casualty. Let's give this to Frank. Alright, so let's see here. We'll do 2 neutral articles. 1 rebel, 1 government. We'll see how that works. Fast food chain plans to make its way onto Westport. Food giant enters to Westport with a bang. Massive food chains, Jolie's has finally made its way in the Westport. With restaurants all over the world, the food giant has quickly risen to be the world's largest international food chain. Located in Western District, the chain's first restaurant in Westport will open its door to the public next weekend. Yeah, we'll do this one. Annie, she's still on the fence, so we'll get that done to her. Okay. Burglar apprehended in North District. Homeless man assaulted for sitting outside a gated community. What? Oh my god, that's crazy how you can spin it like that. Shoot. Last night, security in the Lionwoods community in the north suburbs detained a man for attempting burglary. The man, the local vagrant, was found late at night, leaning against the eastern wall. The man arrived at the police station with a black eye and multiple bruises. Holy crap. Some of these bums need a little extra motivation, one of the guards stated. Oh my goodness. No, wait, hold on. Westport contractors accused of botched construction work. Dangerous housing and botched construction crowds Westport's contractors. Tracks record. Contractor company Westport lately faced with accusations of botched construction throughout Westport. These changes mostly involved private residents, but additionally some public structures have been afflicted. When approached by the interview, the company declined. New loyalty reviews for government employees. To determine, let's see here, alliances amongst government employees, new policies of loyal reviews were announced today. Representatives assured that they will handle these delicately and only use them in rare cases. These will be mandatory for all employees who are not members of the Loyalist Party. Same goes for employees with immigration backgrounds. New cafe pays homage to movie star. See here, a small cafe recently opened homage to renowned movie star Harold Flynn. In the cafe, you will find paintings and the other art portrayals of the actor. Even the menu is inspired by the star of... Oh, God. Movie star fanatics opened new cafe to bask in its glory. Let's see here. During the next week grand opening, Flynn himself will make his cat... Okay, we'll give this one to Julie. Okay, so this is more of a rebel side. Let's see here. Police car was set on fire in the southern dock. Police car was set on fire in the dock residence area in the southern docks. Pyromantic strikes police car in the southern docks. The fire was quickly put out by the officers who temporarily left the car. Officers received no injuries. The police have made no arrests, but suspect a local rebel group involved. There we go. Alright. Hold on, wait. Today, after most century... Suddenly dismantled due to its violation. Paper market, which is responsible for advertising several Westports. Other independent newspapers also was shut down. Alright, let's see what we... Oh! Pick the article from here and drag them onto empty pages in the paper. What? Well, this has got to be your first one. Oh, okay. So let's still crime in the street and celebrities. Oh, okay, cool. Here's some. Click here to move on to marketing. What? Okay, let's see here. Okay, oh, hold on. We'll do. Alright, and. Alright, cool. We kind of got all around. I'm not sure if that's going to help, though. Alright, let's go to marketing. Okay, drag the slider to change your marketing focus between the different districts. Okay, Okay, so we can market more to the northern suburbs. Let's see here. They're about main industries, government sectors, legal bureaus. So cafes, restaurants, and let's see here, bureaucracy agencies. Population, heavy industry, steel mills, shipping and logistics, and fishing. So this is more, well, this paper can go either place, but mostly more to the eastern factories and the southern docks. The upper class, this district of the Westport has been few inhabitants, but those who live there have more money than most of the people of Westport could ever dream of. The middle class district of Westport, while smaller and wealthier than the eastern factories and the southern docks, is not the wealthiest nor the smallest in the northern, but small than the northern suburbs. The industry part of Westport also is the dirtiest. The people who live there have a pretty harsh, but at least almost everyone has a job in the factories to support their families. The slums of Westport, the eastern factories, may be the dirtiest part of Westport, but the southern docks is by far the most run down. There's unemployment. Unemployment here is high, and the homeless even higher. Despite this, a little over half the Westport population lives here. So, if I were to advertise these parts, most of them would be able to pay for the paper to begin with. Whereas these guys could pay for the paper, but there's less people that I'm getting the news out to. Oh, and Westport, okay. So, I guess I'll... Okay, I'll do 30% each. Okay, so publish. Publish that, biatch! So I heard they're finally gonna make us use those old wilted Southern shop across the street. They opening a fast food place, right? It's supposed to be some sort of global sensation, so I guess it'll be interesting to try out. Yeah, raise your appetite, doesn't it? A bunch of corporate vultures swooping down to pick up the bones clean, classy. Well, the Jolens once abroad. Hopefully, food is awful food and rude personnel. I think the concept is brilliant and effectively at the its efficiency at the highest degree. I wish they used those degrees to heat up their food instead. All right. All right. Okay, yeah, so advertising did pretty well. So popular, I don't know what the hell I just said there. Popularity. Southern docks in the Eastern District went up. More popular here in the Eastern factories. Northern suburbs, not so much. They were our highest. What a difference the day makes. All right. Let's see here. +4 rebels. +4 to trusting. Or more suspicion we got. Popularity grew up by 22%. Hell yeah. I got mail. Dear editor, one of your employees, Frank, has recently written quite a few questionable articles in your paper. We expect you to show your people proper discipline in order to prevent even such as these, especially since he is regarding employees of a history of disloyal behavior. You will do well to remember that reluctance in the matter will reflect poorly not only on your employees but you as well. The Loyalist Party of Westport. Alright, so okay, the suspicion is wow. Okay, so Frank, you're gonna have to write a couple of loyalist articles there, buddy. Alright guys, we're gonna call it here. Thank you guys so much. This is my first shot with papers, or the Westport Independent. Guys, this is a really interesting game. I like this so far. It's not like high action or, you know, very well. Actually, it's a very in-depth game especially about opinions. But I'm not exactly sure what is the winning scenario of this. Should I be agreeing with the government? Is that just a choice I have? Should I be going with the rebels, or is that just a choice I have? It's not very clear on that, but I just want to experiment more with this game to see what would the outcome be, which I guess is kind of why they did that on purpose, just to keep the end more open. But thank you guys so much for joining me. If you enjoyed your time with me, please like, subscribe, put a comment below. Thank you so much. And if you'd like a couple more likes, if you want more of this game, let me know in the comments, or hit the like button. But thank you guys so much for joining me for the Westport Independent, because the people must know, the people shall know, and this world shall not be censored, so we can drink and game on. Cheers. Eviscerate the proletariat! So, I can roll again. Let's try that. I got 6. I'm gonna put that here. Reroll. Come on, give me a 2. Damn it. Alright, so. Okay, I'll reduce the stress like I did before. Damn it, that pisses me off. Snacks. 1 die to 1 crew. Oh, and they didn't give me the robot arm. Man, you gotta be kidding me, man. That's ridiculous. Alright, whatever. Alright, let's go ahead and try to repair these. That is so aggravating. Alright, good rolls. Alright. We can do that. Alright. So we just need to roll 1. And then we can activate restore active crew health to full. So I can have someone come in here and heal their health if they roll past a 5. Oh, I should have had him do... Oh, ship repair. Shoot.